Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make a spaghetti pie. And you're going to need to preheat your oven to... I don't even know. Okay, finally. You're going to have to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And you need to cook about a pound's worth of meat and an onion diced up. Cook it loose because that's going to go in your sauce just like it typically would. And I've already done that, only I did 2 pounds of ground beef instead of 1. And I've already cooked the onion with it and everything. Drain the meat and the onion that you cooked together, drain that. Put it back in the pan, add your sauce to it and set it aside. And that's what I did. And then we're going to start with the spaghetti next. So hang on just a second, let me get everything. So we're going to need about, this is about a pound of spaghetti noodles cooked and drained. And we're going to need about 4 tablespoons of butter. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to stir this around and try to make sure that all your noodles get coated with the butter best you can. It's not the easiest thing to do, but make sure they all get coated. Now this is not piping hot, this is just really warm. And there's a reason for that. I didn't want my eggs to cook, we're gonna have to put eggs in this. Okay, so as soon as your butter is melted and it's coated the noodles really good, you're gonna add 4 beaten eggs to this. So there's my beaten eggs. And you're going to add about a cup of Parmesan cheese. That was a partial one. About a cup's worth. Okay. Then we're going to just stir this up real quick. We don't want to cook our eggs or anything like that. Just try your best to make it coat all the noodles the best you can. Now, this recipe calls for this to be put into 2 different pie pans. One for you to keep, one for you to give away, or one for you to keep and one for you to freeze. But I'm just going to go ahead and put it in a baking dish. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and put our spaghetti noodles into our baking dish. Let me go get it. So I got my 9x13 here, of course, and my spaghetti. Put it in the bottom here. So typically with this being spaghetti pie, it would be in a pie pan. But I just thought it'd be easier for my family just to get them some out of this kind of pan. But if you want to follow the recipe, by all means, that's what you need to do. Now, let's try to make room over here. I'm going to take this, we're going to move it. We need to mix up our cheese mixture really quickly. So instead of ricotta, I'm going to use cottage cheese. This is about 1.5 cups, 2 cups. You were to put, let me see how many, a teaspoon of garlic minced and a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Okay, so I'm just going to add some basil and some oregano as my Italian seasoning. A little bit heavier on the oregano. Okay. Just do a tad more. And then instead of minced garlic, we're going to add garlic powder, and that's good enough. All right. Try to give it just a little bit of flavor. So you need to mix that all together. Now, this is basically going to be a lot like, you know, a lasagna, but with spaghetti noodles. You can do it in multiple layers, but I'm not going to since I've already got my noodles in here. You know, you could do it noodles, cheese, you know, just like you would do a lasagna. All I'm going to do is dollop my cheese mixture everywhere. I'm gonna spread it out. Spread it out best you can. Don't stir, but just spread it out. Okay. Then we're going to add our sauce. Okay, now the ragu is what we use. Ragu is like our favorite. I got a bottle or jar. It was a little bit more than 32 ounces. So you can either save it or pile it on here, however you want to. I'm just going to set it aside in case it needs more sauce later. The next thing we need to do is just cover it with mozzarella. And then it's time to cook it. That's it. It's as simple as it is. It's not even that complicated at all. But like I said, if you wanted to, you could do layers. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cook it. And then you're going to cook it for 30 minutes. Long enough for the cheese to melt and everything to get hot and bubbly. So you may need to watch it so it doesn't burn, unless you like burnt cheese. Some people do. Okay, we'll spread this out just a little bit, because 2 cups of cheese does not go far, in my opinion. But I'm gonna go ahead and use as much as I can. Okay, so about 30 minutes at 350 degrees. Watch your cheese so that it doesn't burn, and I will be back here in a few. Okay, y'all, so this is a finished product. It did great, and I'm sure it's going to taste good because, you know, lasagna. Hey, y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to make something real simple and easy. It is called French bread pizzas. And I've already got my oven preheated, butter melted. I'm going to put a little bit of garlic powder in this butter. And then we're going to spread it on the bread. My oven is preheated to 450. And we're going to toast this just a little bit before we add everything to it. Just a little bit of prep beforehand. Don't let these cook for long. They're just literally going to be in there for about 5 minutes. And then we'll start the rest of the process. Hopefully I've melted enough butter because I'm about to run out. Okay, let's drizzle this and see what happens. There we go. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to stick this in the oven real quick, and then we will proceed with the recipe in just a second. Hang on. Okay, y'all. So these are just barely toasted. I didn't want them to get too brown. And then our next little thing that we're going to do is we're going to sprinkle just a little bit of oregano on here. Now I took my little sifter off, so I'm just going to have to sprinkle it by hand so I don't overdo. So that's what I'm going to do now. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you need to kind of not let it be too much in one spot. Let's see if we can do it this way. There, that's a little better. All right, so we're gonna do some pepperoni and then we're gonna do some cheese. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're just gonna put a little bit of pizza sauce on everything. And I'm not gonna go nuts with that because I don't want it to be too heavy. So we'll put it on here and then we'll kind of spread it out. Just a teeny bit more. We'll see how much we have. Yeah, I'm not gonna overdo. Especially on these smaller, thinner pieces. And I thought this jar would be enough. It's like 24 ounces. So I'm hoping that will be. Just spread all that out. Spread it. And I bought this bread in the Walmart discounted bakery section. It was only 57 cents a loaf. So yes, you can get the garlic bread that's already, garlic French bread that's in the frozen section if you want to. But I wanted to try to save as much money as possible. Okay, so we're going to do this side pepperoni, this side, well, you know what? This side's going to be supreme. And then the others are going to be pepperoni. Oops. Some red onion, some mushrooms, red onion, let's get this. And I have some bell pepper and some black olives and some pepperoni, of course. Hopefully I'm doing this right. I've never made these. I will provide a recipe to help guide y'all. And that way you can, that can kind of help steer you in the right direction. And then we're going to have the cheese that hopefully will kind of be the glue. if we can get the pepperoni put on there. Now I found some cheap pepperoni at Aldi. I was able to get 2 packages because it was like $2, I think. And so I'm not going to go nuts with the pepperoni, but I'm just going to make sure we have enough on here. Let's move this in a little bit more. It's a little bit difficult. Okay, here we go. Okay. So it seems like the top piece is a lot more wider, so you can get a lot more on it. Okay. All right, some black olives. And I just got some sliced black olives and drained those. And I'm just kind of putting them a little here, a little there. Some here. I'm going to go ahead and get these pizzas done that are more elaborate. Hopefully this will still work. All right. That's that. All right, and then we're gonna do the other side. We're gonna go ahead and get the pepperoni on those, and that way we can do cheese on everything all at once. Let's see. Here, let me go ahead and put the pepperoni on here, and then I'll come back in a second. Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna put this in a 450-degree oven. I ended up going with 3 supreme, 2 pepperoni, and 1 cheese. So I'm gonna put these in the oven just until they're hot and bubbly, and everything should be good to go because we went ahead and toasted the bread just a little bit first, okay? So I'll let you see it as soon as it comes out. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. I'm letting the pepperoni stay in just a little bit longer, but did perfect. So I'm gonna get to cutting these and putting them on some plates with some salad for everybody, and then we're gonna eat. So I'm trying to find more affordable ways on budget to make the foods that my kids love. That way we can still have them, they just cost less. Okay. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do another real quick throw together kind of meal. We're gonna have cheeseburgers, but we're gonna make a grinder salad to go on top. And what you're seeing here is I've already cooked some hamburger patties. You can put them on the grill, you can cook them in the oven, you can cook them, these were cooked in the oven. You can, any way that you want to cook them. You can also do homemade. These are the preformed ones that you get from Walmart. So, taking that shortcut. And now, I've drained the grease on this cookie sheet. And I'm going to get me some cheese slices. And you can use any type that you please. And I'm going to put these on here. And I'm going to stick them back in this warm oven. And let it melt them a little bit. And show you the little grinder salad that we're gonna make. Now, depending on what you put the salad on or in, or how you're gonna use it, is gonna determine, you know, the things that you put in it as far as spices, herbs, you know, stuff like that. The recipe that I'm using, the author of the recipe, I'm just gonna set these in a warm oven real quick. Just hang on 1 second. He makes like a grinder salad to put on burgers, true enough, just like I'm doing, but he also does it for like a big sub sandwich and stuff like that, like I've done previously in some of my recipes as well. Well, when he was putting the salad on this sandwich, he puts in oregano and stuff like that, and some parm cheese. Since I'm putting this on some burgers with some bacon, also cook some bacon. Let me show you that. I'm going to not do that. I need to get a couple of ingredients and then I'll be right back. Okay, y'all. So you're gonna need some mayonnaise, some Italian dressing, and this, I've showed y'all that 100 times before, like in separate videos. We're going to use it to make our dressing, marinade, whatever you want to call it, to put on our salad. Now this salad is shredded lettuce, and you can get the pre-shredded, it's fine. Some red onion and some chopped yellow banana peppers. These are the hotter ones, but you can use mild, it doesn't matter. And try to just chop them up, you know, kind of dice them up a little bit. Not anything crazy. Or, I mean, if you don't like the really big peppers, you can chop them down into, like, you know, mince them. So I'm going to add just a little bit of zesty Italian to this mayonnaise, just like I've showed y'all before. And I'm going to mix it all together. This is about 1/3 cup of mayo and just a couple of tablespoons, just 2 tablespoons of Italian dressing. And like I told you, I'm using zesty Italian. You can use any type that you want. And then you're going to put a little bit of the salad supreme in. And I believe it was located on the aisle with all the spices in the grocery store, not with the salad stuff. I know that doesn't make sense, but I looked on the salad stuff and couldn't find it, and then finally found it where all of the spices, rubs, all that stuff was out. Okay, so I've already mixed all this together, a little quick dressing, and then I'm gonna pour it on here. Now, we are gonna put this salad on the burger with the bacon like we would like coleslaw. If you've ever seen that or you've ever done that before. Ooh, already time to get these burgers out. So I don't want the cheese to disappear from melting too much. Okay, and we love Kraft singles for our burgers. We just do. I'm just saying, we just love it. Alright, so now I'm kind of mix all this together, and I'm going to do it with a fork. All this is lettuce, red onion, and the yellow peppers. The reason why I'm not putting tomato in it is because the tomato is going to be too wet, and it's already going to be wet enough. If you want tomato on your burger, you're going to slice that like normal, set it on your burger, then put this on top. Hopefully I mixed up enough. And that's another good thing about this. You could mix up like a whole another little batch and just add it to it. It's not going to hurt anything. Okay, so I shredded my own lettuce the best I could, and I cut my own little onions and peppers. But like I said, you can get the pre-shredded. It comes in the bag. No big deal. All right, it's all tossed and perfect. And I've already got my fries done. So, let's see if I can get this assembled so that these kiddos can go ahead and eat. Let me find a bun because I need that so y'all can see. Hang on just a second. I know, Daisy. It'll be alright, baby. Okay. So, you can just get a regular hamburger bun or whichever you prefer. It doesn't matter. Hopefully y'all can see. Yeah. So you're going to take your burger with the cheese, okay? If you don't want cheese on it, don't put it on it, okay? If you want a tomato, it would go on right now, or it'd go underneath. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of bacon, and I'm going to tear it in half. I'm going to set it right here. Okay? And then we're going to put, basically, it's like a little slaw, but it's not. You know what I mean? See how I messed it all up? So let's put this on here. We'll pile it on. And it's going to be, basically, like I said, like a coleslaw, but it's not. And then top it. Let me pick it up so you can see. Hopefully I won't make too much of a mess. There you go. You see that? Perfection. It's gonna be so good. Okay. So I'm gonna serve this with some fries that I've already made. And that's tonight's supper. These grinder salad bacon cheeseburgers. Okay. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time.